Hey, what's going on, friends? My name is Michael with Driving the Universe, and this is going to be the first public video on this YouTube channel. And what I wanted to talk about was my biggest number one promise to the universe. As far as I can remember, this is the only big promise I've ever made to the universe or God or whatever you want to call it. And I think lots of people maybe make small promises where they're like, in the moment, they're like, I promise this, this, and this. But there's really no meaning behind it. And so it becomes forgotten. And even if they remember it, it's like, oh, whatever, like I didn't even mean it. But with this was like a huge promise that I made to the universe. And it was really in the midst of probably the hardest time of my whole life. The past 2 years have been filled with so much pain and change. But lots and lots of pain though. It's been insane. The amount of pain I've been in emotionally, but even physically as well. You're going to see in this video kind of a crazy journey that I've been through. And so without further ado, I'm going to jump into this, and then I'm going to tell you the story and then the promise and kind of what this YouTube channel is about. So I don't know too specifically where to begin. Maybe we'll talk about a little before December of 2016. I was working, so in mid to late 2016, I was working on creating an online business so I could travel the world, have fun, practice meeting people. I had really bad social anxiety when I grew up, like insane social anxiety and depression and everything. And I was really determined to overcome it. So I was doing crazy things like meeting girls, trying to go to parties, meet people, push myself, doing comfort challenges where you do crazy things. And I was really pushing myself and trying to get myself out there, build this business, read books. So I was kind of on a good path, and I was coming out of kind of that was like hell, this haziness that I grew up in of just anxiety and depression and sadness and everything. And so I was finally starting to come out of it. But then in December of 2016, I got into a snowboarding accident, and I had a concussion, no permanent damage, complete recovery. I even did intelligence tests and everything, and I made a complete total recovery. I'm lucky. No effects on my memory or intelligence, but I also hurt what I thought was my neck and head, and I suffered from horrible headaches ever since December of 2016. And I can't believe it's 2018 now. It's just 2017 flew right by. Crazy, crazy change and all kinds of pain. And so ever since that snowboarding accident, I had all kinds of chronic pains. Things started getting worse. I had horrible neck pain, horrible upper back pain, low back pain, hand pain, arm pain, shoulder pain, headaches. The headaches were the worst of it. Basically, every single time my heel would touch the ground, it would literally feel like I was getting punched in the head. So I was in horrible, disgusting amounts of pain. It was just, life became this fog, and everything revolved around the pain. The pain was just everything. It controlled my life. I couldn't drive for several months because of the pain and just being out of it and fatigued and needing rest. And I lost lots of friends because I wasn't going out. And I guess you could say that I realized who my true friends were, because no one really came to visit me. And so I was kind of stuck alone in the home, not feeling too safe, not feeling comfortable, not in the best of family situations as well. It was just really, really shitty. And the only thing that kept me going was this online business, and I must make the business succeed. I have to succeed. I have to travel the world. I have to pay for my own medical bills. So I was going doctor to doctor to doctor, trying to figure out what this was. I got injections, I got MRIs, I got physical therapy, chiropractic work, massage work, acupuncture, you name it. I've probably tried it or I've researched it, and I was just desperate to find a solution. What the fuck was wrong with me? I was in so much pain, and I was like, is life really worth living at this point? Because I was thinking, you know, I was 18, and I'm like, if I'm 18 and I'm in this much pain, and as you get older, you only degenerate kind of at this point, then what's the purpose of living? Because I'm not living right now. You know, life was shit. It was just wake up. Everything was revolving around the pain, all right? I wasn't doing anything fun. I had no hobbies. Sometimes I would pass the time on video games, but I wasn't going out seeing friends. I wasn't going to parties. When I was going to parties, I was extremely worried about the pain. Would the pain be too much? Like, sometimes I remember I went to a party, and I just had such terrible headache from moving around, and then I got home, and the next day my headache was just boom, completely destroying me. Life was just hell. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't go to the parties. And so I just kept working on the business. I stayed focused. I was like, all right, can't have fun, can't live life, can't be happy, but we're gonna focus on the business and we're gonna do the best we can. And so I kept focusing on the business. Then in June of 2016, I moved to Montreal, and by this time I was slowly healing a tiny bit. I was slowly getting better, but I wasn't sure what exactly was causing it. It was just, for whatever reason, I thought it was my physical therapy, but in future videos, I'm going to share kind of what exactly was healing me. And I was experimenting with dieting and all kinds of different things because I was desperate for a solution, guys. I studied so much of everything, and the amount of stupidity in doctors in the medical field is disgusting and enraging. So many doctors, they're like, oh, just get these injections, it'll cure you, and then it doesn't work. But you talk to other people and you're like, hey, are these injections working? No. Is it working? No. Is it working? No, 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 no. Oh, okay, why are we doing this? Why are we injecting people with steroids, or not steroids, but what can I think? I can't think of the particular thing, but nerve blocks are basically what they are. It blocks the sensation of the nerves, so you're not supposed to have any pain, but these don't work. Tons of things don't work, and the medical industry is completely fucked. So I'm going through the medical industry. I'm trying to learn medicine to treat myself. I'm learning dieting to treat myself. And I was in Montreal, and I was trying to make friends and whatnot. I was finally independent, making some money to get by, but at some points it got really, really bad. It was tough in Montreal, and at one point I just remember being in so much pain. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. It was like several days of hell, just the worst headaches ever, like debilitating headaches, stuck in the bed. It was the first time in a different country, nonetheless traveling on my own. So I was like, all right, I'm traveling. I'm supposed to be traveling the world and having fun, but instead I'm stuck in Montreal. I'm depressed and I'm not having fun. Is my life going to be stuck like this? What's the point of even traveling the world if my health is bad? I realized if my health is bad, then it doesn't matter how much money I make. It doesn't matter if you are having sex. It doesn't matter what type of shit you're doing in the world. If you're not healthy to enjoy it, then what's the point of life? And so I was just so desperate and just sad and depressed. And I remember it was really late. It was like 2 a.m. and I started to meander, and there was this bridge. I was just walking up the bridge, and then I remember just looking over the rail, and I was like, it was really cold out too, and I was like, if I were to jump, how far would it be to the river? How quick would it end? Would it kill me on impact, or should I hold my breath so that as soon as I impact and I take the breath in, the water comes in and it's cold and it just instantly does the trick? I was literally sitting there wondering about that, and I was seriously highly considering just taking the jump. And because you got to think, guys, even though I had the business and I was starting to make a tiny bit of money, I was just depressed, man, because I was in a whole new city, in a whole new country, supposed to be having the time of my life, and I couldn't even do that. I was trying to make new friends and whatnot, and everyone that knew me in Montreal too, like if you're one of my Montreal friends and you're watching this, you're gonna be like, what the fuck? Like, Michael, I thought you were so happy, but you gotta understand, guys, the smiles were fake, the happiness was fake, oh, look at me, look at how cool I am, that was all fake. That was me mimicking a happy lifestyle, but within, I wasn't actually that happy. I was like, oh, look at me, making money online, I'm so cool. And the reason why I was like that is because it was pretty much the only thing keeping me alive. It was, that was really like my only accomplishment. Like I felt like I had accomplished all kinds of other things in my life, but being in so much pain and to be able to make that money was the only thing holding me on. And anyways, I was on that bridge. I clearly did not jump. I ended up deciding, I was like, okay, we're going to see how this plays out. Life is shit. Let's give it 5 years. Like, I was counting to, I was like, okay, so 18 at the time. I was 19 at the time. So I was like, okay, 5 years. I'll be 24 years old. It'll be really, really shitty, that I spent 5 years of my life in horrific pain. But I figured, all right, 5 years, if I make this much money in this year, and then I expand the business, then I buy some real estate on the third year, then I do this and this, then within 5 years, I should have enough money to hire a team of doctors to figure out what the fuck my problem is and to treat it and to fix the fucking medical industry. Because the medicine industry is about treating people. It's not about curing people. You got to understand that. So if you have chronic pain, you can't really expect the medical industry to help you out, because and what I'm discovering now is that there's cures for cancer, cures for diabetes, cures for everything, because I'm meeting the right doctors. But the right doctors are very hard to find, because the people that are treating symptoms that are milking people off of their problems, getting tons of money every single month. But the people that cure people are just like, all right, give me a little bit of money, I'll cure you. And then they cure them, but the other people that are like milking them off of their suffering are making way more money. But the people that are actually curing and helping people, it's not as profitable in the medical industry. But anyways, I was like, we're gonna give it 5 years. Let's go to every fucking continent and try the best doctors in every single continent, and we're gonna try live like a crazy city lifestyle, see if that heals me. We'll try live in the mountains, completely solitude, meditating, let's become a monk, let's do whatever. But basically what kind of saved me was, it wasn't anything positive. It wasn't like, oh, but my family will be sad if I kill myself. No, I didn't care about any of that. My family wasn't the best. I didn't love them too much. And this is very brutal and hard to admit, and I do love them a lot now. But during that time, it was just so horrible. I can't even believe I'm saying, I'm not going to go into the details of it. It's a whole new video on its own. Basically, the world was kicking my face in from friends that I thought were friends but didn't support me and kind of just abandoned me as soon as my body stopped working. As soon as I couldn't party, they were like, bye. Boom, my family, not supportive at all, very detrimental to my health. I had to get out, I had to escape. Money was the only thing holding me on, but basically the whole world was kicking me out. My health was basically the worst thing of it all, just suffering in horrible pain. And I really wish I could give you just 5 seconds of this pain. This sounds really, really horrible to be able to say, I want to give you pain, but guys, the pain I was in, the physical chronic pain I was in, is beyond what you can experience. And if you sprain your ankle, it's nothing like that, because you know it's going to heal. You're just like, oh, okay, I'll give it next month. And you see, when I got in that snowboarding accident, I was like, okay, we'll give it a month. 1 month later, still in horrible pain. Okay, 1 more month. Next month, still in horrible pain. Okay, 1 more month. Next month, still in horrible pain. Okay, 1 more month. And it's a mental torture. It drives you fucking insane. And by the half a year mark, you're having these like crazy weird thoughts. You're like delusional, because the pain, it feels like it's a separate entity, like there's a demon inside of you. So I was in horrible pain. Then after Montreal, I went to Guelph, Canada, saw one of the best physiotherapists in North America. It helped a tiny bit, not so much. Then I went back to Phoenix, and then I went to Europe, and then I started traveling through Europe, and I was doing a little bit better. I was feeling a tiny bit better, and I was like, all right, I'm feeling better, but I still can't run because my headaches are so bad. But anyways, in Europe, I ended up traveling a bit, and I settled in Sofia, Bulgaria. I now have an amazing girlfriend, highly, highly supportive. I finally figured out what's wrong with me and what caused the physical pain, and I'm finally treating that. I'm not 100% recovered yet, but I am recovering, and it's absolutely amazing. Just a few days ago, I went for a 6-kilometer run. I still have all kinds of pains in my shoulder, back, head, and even my hands as well, but I'm healing, and that's the important part. But this journey that I went through was so fucking crazy. And I can't remember specifically when I made this promise to the universe, but at some point, maybe even on the bridge, maybe it was after the bridge thing where I was going to potentially kill myself, I was basically like, all right, universe, if you heal me completely, if you allow me to live pain-free again, I will create, I think it was like 35 to 50 videos on YouTube. I'm going to show people exactly how I healed, so that way people can learn from my suffering and they don't have to suffer as well. But I also want to help people just live amazing lives, because I see so many people going through bullshit, and our society itself is kind of set up for failure. When you, like, it sounds really horrible, and I think people do have great intentions, but we have this kind of demon inside of us where we're all buying shit food. We have added sugar, processed food, all kind of disgusting stuff, and that's just food. We have a fucked up medical industry. Everything's kind of fucked, and you really got to make it on your own. And so I basically promised the universe. I was like, the universe, please, the world is fucked up. I'm gonna give it 5 years, and if you can heal me completely, I'm going to make 35 to 50 YouTube videos. I'm gonna help people. I'm gonna help change the world. If you can just heal me, I wanna heal other people as well. And now, here in Sofia, Bulgaria, you can see when I'm uploading this, it's like sometime in May of 2018, two years after the snowboarding accident, or technically a year and a half or something like that. But yeah, a year and a half actually. So it's a year and a half. I'm finally healing. I'm finally getting my life back, and I'm not sure when I'll be fully recovered, but I know I am very close to being fully recovered from physical pain. I have friends that care for me, that look out for me. I have an amazing girlfriend that I would consider family. I have an amazing business. And most importantly, I'm getting my health back. And with getting my health back, I'm able to enjoy life. So I know this was kind of a rant, and it kind of went in circles and whatnot, but my promise to the universe during the worst time of my life in horrible physical pain, everything was getting, shit was kicking my face in over and over. My health was horrible. Friends and family were fucking me over. Basically, everything was hell. I didn't feel safe. Life was horrible. I was alone. I was in horrible physical pain, and I was going to kill myself. I was really highly considering it. But I decided to hold on and made a promise to the universe. If you get me out of this shit, then I'm going to do YouTube videos. I'm going to help other people. I'm going to do amazing things for the world. Just give me my life back. I want to live life fully. And now I'm finally starting to live life fully. We're not there yet, but we're getting there. And I want to help you guys do this too. So I'm going to be making YouTube videos that will help other people live life to the fullest, optimize their health, make some money, do some things. I'm going to share my knowledge with the world because this is my promise to the universe. I'm making it, and I found solutions, and I want to share these solutions with the rest of the world. So this is my number one promise to the universe. I just wanted to make this video mainly for myself. I don't expect anyone to watch it, but it's just kind of it's a sigh of relief for me because I made it. And I haven't made it fully yet in terms of results, but I know it's needs to be fixed. I know where I need to go, and I'm getting my life back, and I'm starting to enjoy living again. So I went through hell. I went through fucking hell, beyond what most people in the world will ever experience in terms of suffering. I'm not saying I had it worse, the worst as well, but I went through some horrible shit. People have had it way worse than me, so I'm not downplaying that at all, but it was horrible. It was not a fun time. And so I'm happy that I'm finally making it out. I see the light. And these videos are for the world, for the universe, for me, because I want to share the journey and I want to share what I've learned.